What's going on, Assassins? It's Darkshard of the YouTube Assassin, and a lot of you want me to talk about these quote-unquote Infinity rumors that have been going around for the Assassin's Creed series. Now, I want to first say that, again, these are just rumors. Take everything with a grain of salt. And number two, I want to say that I touched upon this a couple of months ago, and the response was not great. A bunch of you guys got all upset. You started using news-like terms about, me gatekeeping your feelings and everything like that. That's not what I'm doing. What I basically said when we initially heard about Assassin's Creed Infinity was that we should not panic right now because we don't know what it is. We got no trailers, screenshots, no assets that are public, nothing. We only got, hey, Assassin's Creed Infinity is going to be coming. And that was it. We got nothing else from it. So, that being said, let's talk about what the rumors are. Okay? So, people are saying that it's a free-to-play game, that's what's going to be going on because Ubisoft is looking into free-to-play kind of, scenarios with their game franchises. Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, etc., etc. Now, there is a Redditor named SmoothEarth2875 who claims to have an insider who is giving him details about this Assassin's Creed Infinity. So there's a bunch of claims that he's making along with that. Now, if you've seen any of his posts, he kind of says things that coincide with things that I assumed he's claiming to be fact. Now, I assume that it would be some kind of hub that you would have where you could play all the different Assassin's Creeds or join in worlds that have all the other assassins. He says that you're going to start out in a confined space where everything is going to be immediate. It's not going to be open world right away. You're kind of going to have to unlock the other areas of the world and whatnot. You start in your small space with whatever assassin you choose. You go around and then you have to unlock everything little by little. So where the current games are kind of open world immediately, where you're able to go anywhere in a certain space and then move to other lands and go to those spaces immediately, that's not what's going to happen. It's going to be more of like a traditional Assassin's Creed where it's going to be like a linear experience, semi-open world settings, each storyline featuring multiple missions based on the assassin. Okay, Infinity itself will have its own story, and then there'll be other stories that you can add on to. The other AC games will be developed alongside it, though. So you'll have Assassin's Creed Infinity, and then let's say we have like Assassin's Creed, let's say Japan. Okay, that's going to come out. Assassin's Creed Japan comes out alongside whatever's going on in Infinity. So Infinity comes out. We've got it as kind of like a central hub. You're playing all these things to do with Infinity. Assassin's Creed Japan comes out like the 2-year schedule that the Assassin's Creed games are going to be coming out. And then what will end up happening is that there will be a story from Assassin's Creed Japan that you can play inside of Assassin's Creed Infinity, which is really weird to think that Infinity would be, like its namesake, an infinite game, and other Assassin's Creed would be kind of developed alongside of it. So another Assassin's Creed will come out in 2 years and somehow it'll link into Infinity, which is like really weird. It's not going to be all the games that are inside of Infinity. Like there'll be all kinds of Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, the original Assassin's Creed, so on and so forth. But it won't be proper remakes, but recontextualized ways to experience the lives of those assassins, which is really, really weird. People are worried that this is going to deal with a lot of microtransactions. You again start off with maybe a hub with maybe 2 or 3 other assassins. There'll be the main Infinity storyline, and then somehow you'll jump into like Ezio's life, you'll jump into Connor's life, you'll jump into Edward's life, and then as time goes on, they'll eventually release other kind of modules. So you'll be able to go and revisit, let's say, the Fry twins. You know, you'll be able to revisit Cassandra. You'll possibly get a module, and, you know, these things you'll have to pay for, obviously, which is what I guess, you know, Smooth Earth was talking about. From what I understand as well, they're trying to put a kibosh on the things that he's posting. People are taking it with a massive grain of salt. You know, they really, really don't want this getting out, apparently. But again, like I say, I really, I'll just say it, like, I don't believe him. I really don't. I mean, you have no proof of anything that you're saying. You really are saying that you have some kind of insider, but you're saying things that a bunch of the old school Assassin's Creed fans want. Now, what is factual is that during a recent earnings call, Ubi CEO Yves Guillemot responded to questions on this. All right. Now, this is an article from Game Rant where they actually, you know, are citing what the facts are according to UbiSoft CEO and what they say. The live service game being called Assassin's Creed Infinity, that's a rumor. It's not going to be a live service game. He's claiming that it's not going to be free to play. You know, it may be a live service game, but it's definitely not free to play. Free to play, it's definitely off the table. They're saying that he emphasized that it's going to be huge and innovative. I don't know what that means. You know, like, again, we don't have any sort of information. There hasn't been trailers, screenshots, anything like that. You know, he's just saying that it's going to be massive. He hasn't said anything about microtransactions, but come on, this microtransactions is definitely the bread and butter of Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed series right now. We keep seeing where we get all kinds of reskins and whatnot in the store. There are free skins and suits and gear that we could collect in the game, but mostly they're throwing a lot of that stuff in the store. So if you're telling me that it's not going to have microtransactions, yeah, I got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. There's no way that they're not going to do microtransactions, okay? Free-to-play service, they're saying it's not going to be live service game, possibly. I mean, we've seen that before. We've seen them do other franchises with live service games. But, you know, from this point on, nobody really knows. Nobody knows what's going on because, again, we've seen no assets. Now, you can believe Smooth Earth if you want. That's up to you. All I'm saying is take it with a grain of salt because this does sound too good to be true. It does sound like he's feeding into the old school Assassin's Creed fans, and it doesn't sound like he's talking about anything going on with like the new Assassin's Creed fans. He is saying, from what I'm understanding from these like posts, what he is saying is that Infinity will basically cater to the old school fans, where it's going to be the service that I was assuming that it was going to be, where you're going to be able to have the hub, you're going to be able to visit old assassins, go into their sort of games, and you're going to be able to play their lives kind of like new adventures, not exact remakes or reskins or anything like that of the older games. It's just going to be the ability to play back then, new adventures, you know, something to do with whatever the storyline is of Infinity. And then there are still going to be Assassin's Creed games that are made that are going to be brand new adventures and going to be more along the lines of the RPG. But again, I'm taking this with a massive grain of salt to the point where I'm in disbelief. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this? Have you heard these leaks, quote unquote, and what are your thoughts on them? Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure to like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you all in the next one. You know how we end this.
Yeah, yeah.